Boom, 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 boom. Boom. My hair is just gonna be in the way, clearly. What are we doing? 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 Okay, so here I'm gonna see the comments from where exactly? Okay, so this is the Twitter comments, I guess. Now, how do I pull up the YouTube comments? Oh, I have to tweet the YouTube link, don't I? I guess that would be a good idea. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Oh, it's like mad hot. The light is on me. This is crazy. Put this hot ass hoodie on. Boom. 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 Okay, so we got that. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing some comments from the YouTube. What's good, gang? All right, so I'm gonna have to have the YouTube up, and I'm gonna have to log into the Twitter on my phone so I can see those comments, right? All right, bet. All right, boom. We good to go. If you tweeted your comment early in here, I'm so sorry. Feel free to say it again. I just opened it up on my phone, so now I see them. I don't see anything from before, though. So I got the YouTube comments on the computer. I have my phone with the thing. All right, bet. Anyway, wow, it feels nice to be back. I'm not going to lie. You know, I don't really know what we're about to talk about. I haven't really talked about the Knicks in a very long time. I've been kind of wave at the camera. Hey, Jay, what's going on? Jay Nicky in the building. Did that work? Did something go wrong? I don't know. It's so hot right here, bro. But yeah, it feels great to be back. I haven't really talked about the Knicks all summer. Hasn't really been much to talk about. Still not really much to talk about, but there's conversations now of what could be coming forward. Free agency starts tomorrow, 24 hours from now. I don't think we'll be very active in the free agency market, but we're seeing Quick's price being talked about today. Josh Hart just picked up his option after saying that he would test free agency, so something may be going on there. We just got linked to James Harden for whatever reason. So, I mean, there's plenty of things to discuss. Really happy to be back with you guys. Happy to, I hope that you guys have, questions, things to say, whatever it may be. All the all-season talk I haven't been doing, let's do it right now. If you have a thought, whatever it may be, let's get that out there. Let's talk about it. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Knicks fans here, there, and abound. Welcome to Offseason Optics with I Hate Sean. This is Offseason Optics. I'm I Hate Sean. And the Knicks are in a pretty good position. I think that a lot of people are stressed about a lot of things all summer. Everybody's acting like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to make the move for a star, blah, 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 this and that. I don't really understand where all that comes from. In my opinion, I think the Knicks, I believe we were 18-7 after acquiring Josh Hart in the regular season. We were a really good team. We ran off a couple win streaks. We played really good defense. We got up and down the floor. We had a solid rotation. I believe we're a team that runs a 9-man rotation that has 10 very playable guys. More than that, honestly, but we are very solid. I think we're deep. I think we have youth, and I think that Jalen Brunson really makes me feel like everything is okay. I'm not really too worried about anything because we have Jalen Brunson, so it's like we have a building block to build around. We have our superstar point guard, honestly, and so that really makes a lot of things work out around that. I felt the way about Julius, whatever. I'm more removed from the playoff series and the emotions that I felt. So I'm not really too pressed, especially since I don't expect him to be moved. But, he's here. He's an all-NBA level basketball player. I'm going to have issues trusting him when we get to playoff time, but I'll worry about that when we get to playoff time once the season starts. Mitchell Robinson, very solid, very formidable. Did a really good job. It had dominated the playoff series. Emmanuel quickly, unfortunate playoff, run, got hurt in the Heat series. Had some bad games. Also, I think that Emmanuel Quigley's bad playoffs is being exaggerated. He granted he did not play well. The game he got hurt in against Miami, He had like 3 threes. He had 12 points, I think, in like the second and third quarter. He wasn't playing poorly. He had a 19-point game 3 in the first game in the Garden, hit some big shots. Had a 19-point game. Actually, I don't know if he had 19 in game 3, but he scored very well in game 3 against the Cavs. He had a really good game. And then in game 5 against the Cavs, he had a great game, an elimination game, scored 19 points, was really good on both ends of the floor. So, I think that, we need to have the entire conversation. We have conversations, but granted, he needed to be better. Quentin Grimes needed to be better, but these are young guys. Like, that's okay. RJ's first playoff series, he was pretty ass. I'm not going to lie. In that whole series, RJ didn't do a whole lot. RJ this year was a lot better in the playoffs. And so that's what comes with growth. And actually, RJ's dad was on with Frank Gasola. Frank Gasola, cool guy, by the way. I must say, Frank Gasola is really cool. Shout out to Frank Gasola. Written some articles and things over the time, tweets and everything, and I'm not the biggest fan of, but very nice guy, very cool guy. Shout out Frank Gasola. But anyway, he had RJ's dad on, and RJ's dad was basically saying, like in New York, they don't really care for development. Like they don't, and development is a process, bro. Like, so everything is not going to be exactly how you want to see it this year. And I don't know how people can act like, oh, the sky is falling. I'm seeing people saying, oh, they're not running the team properly. And it's like, not running the team properly. Like, we've gone to the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years. We're coming off our best season in God knows how long, and we're in one of the best positions in the league. We had an entire rotation under 28 years old, and the oldest guy is an outlier, honestly. I just didn't understand. I don't understand where people are coming from. I think we're in a really, really great position, and we don't have to do all these mental gymnastics to try to see our situation worse than it is. So I personally don't have a lot of requests for this offseason. I'm perfectly fine running it back. If they want to add a Dante DiVincenzo, that's fine. I think he plugs in, plays a lot of ways. He can defend. He can shoot the ball. He's athletic. He's got some playmaking chops. Whatever. Like anybody that like, I don't have a nepotism issue with. Like, bro, if Jalen Brunson wants somebody here, go get him. Like, I don't care. I don't care about any of that stuff. We linked to Paul George. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm just rambling before I read any of the comments. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get to the comments, but Paul George. I think that would be cool. Like the prices of the price of doing business for trades seems to have dwindled drastically. So last summer with the Rudy Gobert, I felt like the market evened itself out. Of course, like he doesn't have the no trade clause like Bradley Beal did in his Phoenix deal. But like I still think the value. I mean, the Celtics got the best player in the KP trade, and they got 2 first-round picks along with it. Like the market has really reset itself, and I think with every trade that happens now, James Harden's probably going to get moved. I think every trade that happens is going to continue to balance the market out more. So I mean, if you can get Paul George for the price of getting a guy who's 33, often injured, and I'm with that. Like for a reduced cost, I could understand doing it, but I don't think a lot of these moves. I don't want to pay somebody $50-60 million that isn't winning basketball games where they are right now. That doesn't make any sense to me. You don't have to do something for the sake of doing it. And I want us to free ourselves from that mind frame. I think we have the same, like Nick's Twitter. From what I can see, I've muted most people. And I shouldn't say most people. I've muted a lot of people, though. I've muted a lot of people who have certain conversations or bring certain energy, because it's like, okay, you're saying the same thing you were saying last summer. Like, I feel like a lot of people are just running their same shtick, and they're doing the same thing you do. Oh, well, we got to do this, and that. And it's like, yo, we are in a much different position than we've been in the past. Even in that 2020, even in the COVID season where we went to the playoffs, that wasn't the same position. We lost in 5 games. We had the worst backcourt in the NBA. We had a lot of things to figure out. So I think we're in a position that we haven't been in like the 2013 season. That average age of that team was like 40. Like, we have not been in this position. So why everyone is talking about it like it's the same thing we've always done and acting like it's the same old Knicks, blah, blah, blah. Please shut the hell up. You're polluting the air with your idiocy. And I don't understand why they feel the need to regurgitate all these stupid takes without even updating them and, allowing for new data and new information and what just happened in this past season. Like, they were wrong before last season. They were wrong all of last season. And then as soon as last season ended, it just right back to what they were saying. And it's just like, how? Bring back shame. I'm tired of people being loud and wrong proudly. All right, let's get to the comments, man. So I'm going to go to the YouTube comments. No, I started the Twitter first. So I'm going to go to the Twitter comments, and I'm going to go to the YouTube comments. I'm sorry, guys. We're just trying to make sure as many people as possible can see it. Boom, 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 boom. Aaron, what's going on? I agree. Could be a 3-team deal, though. I guess that's for Harden. Go. Salute. No way Harden comes to the Knicks. It's going to be a 3-team trade. PG will be our get in that scenario. I don't think Harden. Look, I tweeted. I said I rebuked this in the name of Jesus. There's no way that James Harden's about to be a Knick. We're not about to make a move for James Harden. James Harden and Jalen Brunson would be one of the worst defensive backcourts. Oh, that's probably why Jay Nicky told me to wave at the camera because it's out of focus. My hair looks crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, James Harden and Jalen Brunson will be a terrible defensive backcourt. I think that James Harden's benefits offensively kind of require the ball to be in his hand. I don't really want anybody who, like, the ball has to be in their hand. Like, if anybody we're bringing at this point is playing with Jalen Brunson. So I don't really need James Harden. I don't need what it's going to cost. I don't need, like, the sometime effort, all those things. I'm just good off that, Shout out to James Harden, but I no thank you. If it's a 3-team deal, them mentioning us in the Clippers and we have been linked to Paul George, that would be cool. I'm interested to see what it would be, what it would cost. So, that's not something I'm completely opposed to. But, yeah, I don't want James Harden at all. Osita said, pay quick his money. Pay my guy, bro. All right, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about Emmanuel quickly, right? And I know that maybe I don't come off as the most objective and impartial party on this topic. But, like, bro, what are we doing? What are we tripping about? Like, all right, let's look at it, right? So, paying Jalen, you're paying Julius, you paid Mitch, RJ's money's kicking in, you're about to pay Josh Hart again. Like, you're not gonna be under the cap if you don't pay Emmanuel quickly. Like, you're not gonna save any money. You're already gonna be over the cap. So it's just like, now what? Somebody was like, oh, well, in 2 years they're gonna have to give Jalen. If it's like, first of all, Jalen just finished the first year of his contract. To be stressing on what we're gonna have to do when we have to re-up him in the moves we're making right now is nuts to me. But whatever, let's live there. Let's live there for a second. So we got to pay Jalen. We got to pay Jalen in 2 years. We're paying Julie. We're gonna have to pay Josh, whatever. When Jalen's contract is coming to an end, you need to re-up him, and you somehow don't have the money to do so when you have his bird rights, whatever. Trade Emmanuel quickly. Like, trade the 26-year-old Emmanuel quickly, who has 2 more years under his belt with the constant improvement we've seen. I'm sure he'd be well worth it. And that player, no team is going to be like, yo, 26-year-old Emmanuel quickly, I would take him, but he's making $25 million a year. Like, I don't think y'all understand what $25 million a year is about to be in this NBA. I think a lot of people talk about, like, here's my thing, right? I don't say anything about anything I don't know about. And so I think a lot of people talk about, oh, we got to, like, I see people say we got to make the trade now because of the CBA, blah, blah, blah. People don't know how the CBA works or even why the CBA works. I don't have a full understanding of the CBA, but based on the understanding I got from it, it's just like, you don't have to certainly do these things right now, and you're able to pay players, bro. Like, these contracts, some players are getting $60 million in a year, 50, 60. The cap is only going to keep going up. Like, the worth of what Quick does. Quick was our 3rd best player for the majority of this season, bro. So stop, like, framing it and, like, we can't give this money, $100 million for a bench player. It's like, bro, that bench player was the 3rd most impactful player on the team the majority of the year. One of the best defenders, great offensively. The on-off numbers were not, like, Emmanuel was super impactful both through the eye test and the numbers. So now people see, $100 million. Now all of a sudden it's, blah, blah, blah. Nah, he's not worth that. But so what are we going to do with the money? What are we going to do with the money, you armchair GM? I can't stand it, bro. It's like, at least make some sense. Make some sense. What are we going to do with the money? We have to stop doing that, bro. Like, for my entire life, it feels like. And, Nick's Twitter is different now than it has been recently and blah, blah, blah. But, like, it just seems like for my entire life, like, the narrative or the story of Knick fans and the cry that we always had was, oh, man, if only we could have a team of young, homegrown talent that played hard and wanted to be in New York and blah, 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 blah. And now we got that. And all y'all do at every opportunity is try to tell them what they're not worth and ship them off. It's disgusting. It's annoying. Just let the team grow, bro. It's not your money. What are you trying to save James Dolan's money for? We don't even have cap room. It's not your money. Emmanuel quickly just turned 24 years old. Should have been the 6th man of the year. Is an excellent 2-way player. He's only going to get better. He's only going to improve. He's improved every single year. Why is that guy not worth $25 million a year? And I'm not even saying you got to give it to him, but some of the takes I saw today were just nonsense. Absolutely asinine. And they weren't supported by anything. Not anything significant or substantial. And I don't understand, bro. When you look around the league, like when you see some of these contracts, man, when free agency this year and next year, like when you start to see some of the people who are going to get $20 to $25 million, stop looking at it like it's 10 years ago, bro. It's not. The NBA, we're in a very different NBA right now. Cut it out. Act like you know something. Act like you're paying a little bit of attention. Boom. Sean, what's good, Ev? The Knicks are straight, man. We going to be all right. Tell them that's a fact, Ev. That's a fact. That's a luxury move that the Knicks don't have to do. We don't have to do anything. That's the beauty of it. And honestly, you want to be in this position. You want to be in a position where you don't have to do anything, but you're in a position to do something if you want. But for some reason, people are treating this position as if it's purgatory, or like it's just like, stop it. Cut it out. You don't have to do something for the sake of doing something. Exactly, bro. Exactly. People say IQ played bad in the playoffs, but that discounts all the great defense he played. Yeah, man, I was disappointed by Quick's playoffs, but like it wasn't what people are making it out to be. James Harden is a quitter. I agree indeed. They now no need for Harden. They're using us for leverage. No 3-teamer either. I don't need the 3-teamer either. I'm not gonna lie, Ev. I don't need Paul George. But like it's just one of those things where it's like if they felt like they wanted to do it based on what the cost was and what the timing was, I could understand it. And that's I always say that's one of the most important things about fandom, bro. It's one of the most important things about fandom is to remember that we are fans. And so I can have what I want. I can have what I think they should do. But at the end of the day, it's just like, okay, what did they do? And does it make sense? And so if they make that move for Paul George and the trade makes sense, then I'm going to roll with it. You feel me? It may not be what I wanted necessarily. I didn't want to sign Jalen Brunson. I wanted to let Emmanuel quickly rock out at point guard. But Jalen Brunson is excellent. It made sense. I was like, hey, man, after I saw him in that playoff series, I was like, hey, man, give him the money. I don't care. And look what happened. So, we don't have to be married to our own agendas. I'm in a spinny chair, bro. I'm in a spinny chair in my room. Like this, there's a whiteboard on my wall. Like I do not make decisions. I just, I just want things to make sense. 4 for 96, pay the boy. 4 for 96. That sounds beautiful, bro. And I think he's earned. And unfortunately, the playoff series, I feel like it hurt him. And so I thought he really got to 100 mil. I thought he got to 4 years 100 mil last season. But I think that playoff series may have knocked him down a little bit. But if he still wants that 4 years 100 mil, bro, hey man, pay that man. Pay that man. He said, I see what the one was. I can't open it right now because my thing is open on the tweets, unfortunately. Boom. She said, I don't think it's a hot take, but Quick is worth more than Poole. Harold to me, definitely worth more than Poole. Poole's gonna go crazy in DC this year, though. I'm not gonna lie. Now that he's got like his own, he's like the primary perimeter option. I think he's gonna go nuts. It may not be efficient, but he's about to go nuts. Like he won't have to fit himself between like everything else going on in the system and everything. I'm excited for him. Speak on, the vibes. I don't know what you're talking about now. All right, let's get to YouTube comments. Boom. Michael Parker said, is Harden coming to the Knicks? No, Harden is not coming to the Knicks. Once again, I rebuke that. James Harden's not coming to the Knicks. We're just having our name attached to things because we're the Knicks and our name is attached to things, whether it's for leverage, whether it's for the 3-team deal, whatever it may be. I do not believe that James Harden is going to be a Knick. I just don't think that makes any sense. And when I don't think something makes any sense, I don't waste my time, thinking about it and all that stuff. It's just like, that doesn't make any sense. I'll react to it if it happens. Landis, my guy. How's the day going, Sean? Smooth day, man. Solid day, bro. Work, all that stuff. Here we are. Glad to be back. Very excited. Looking forward to, I don't know how much we're going to talk after this, but, just having something to talk about. Like, we're back in free agency. Things are happening. Our names are coming up and things. So, we can have a few conversations. Boom. Kyle Reeser said, Josh Hart is a hero. Welcome back, Josh Hart. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like for him to say he was not going to pick his option up and then for him to pick it up, I feel like something is up there. Something is up with that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're trying to keep room to make another move to add somebody else, whatever. But hey man, in Brock Aller we trust. But yeah, I knew Josh Hart wasn't going anywhere. He had New York braided in his hair, and his best friend is the face of the franchise, bro. He's here. What's happening, Sean? What's going on, Eric? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. Well, not see you, but good to have you here. Watch the SNY episode. Salute, bro. Salute to SNY. Salute to Ian Begley. Salute to Frank Isola. Salute to Mike. Salute to Matt Spenley. Just salute to everybody that's NY. It's always an honor to be on the putback. Salute to all of you guys for all your kind words and all the outpour of support. If you ever say something kind to me and I don't say thank you, like, I promise you I am so sorry, and I promise you it weighs on me in ways that you don't even know, because I try to get back to everybody, and I feel like I do. My anxiety is always like, hey, did you miss anything? So it definitely does weigh on me, but I hope you know that I really do appreciate y'all truly from the bottom of my heart. Boom. Michael Parker said, let's go. You know the vibes. Yes, sir, Mike. You know the vibes. We here. Kyrie said, run it back like an interception, bro. Why not? We looked really good. We looked like a really good team. In the Heat series, we played terribly, and we had some things we got to fix. But honestly, that was just like poor performances. But I think we're a very good basketball team, bro. And I think we were one of the better teams since we made that Josh Hart addition. I think when you allow the team to grow more, have the chemistry, the continuity, that's valuable. That's important. And so I'm looking forward to what it can become. Matthew, what's going on, bro? I'm dead ass about the spaz on some Knicks fans. As most of the European Knicks fans, I chill out with the James Harden picks. We will not discriminate against the European Knicks fans. Whether you're here, whether you're over there, you feel me? We a family, we global, and there's idiots all over the place. People say stupid things on both sides of the pond, all sides of the pond, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, please, no James Harden picks. Robbie 24 Cano says, salute, appreciate you being here. I'd call you Robbie, but I know that's a baseball player, so that's not you. But salute to you, thank you. Eric said, man, I've been sick since Street Fighter 6 came out. Sick, like actually like sick since it came out, like, or like sick because you've been playing it too much, or sick because you don't have it, like, which I don't really know. But either way, I hope you're okay, and I hope that you get to enjoy that game, or that you're enjoying it right now. Teddy Perkins said 3-team trade that gets rid of Randall and we get PG-13. I'm not gonna lie, bro. As fun as that sounds, it's just not realistic. I don't see that happening. I don't think that's what they're gonna do. I don't think that's in the cards. And so as fun as that would be, I won't really give much to it. Paul George at the forward go crazy. Next day, what's going on, bro? How you feeling? What's good, Sean? No James Harden, please no James Harden. Oh my goodness, I feel like there's certain things we shouldn't even have to bother asking for. No James Harden, bro. Right now I got us re-signing quick and signing Dante with the MLE. The Knicks are in a fantastic spot because we don't have massive contracts, but it's still in a very flexible spot. That flexibility is so important to me, bro. That's why it's a no for most people that come up in the trade talks, bro. The flexibility is very key. It's like people were saying they were in Karl Towns, Zach LaVine. Karl Towns makes like $60 million in a couple of years. Jalen Brunson got signed to a contract, I think last year he made $27 million, and it descends every year going forward. So it's just like I'm supposed to pay Karl Towns what Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson make combined when they both give me all NBA production? I don't think so. Randall Evan to Philly, Harden and Obi to the Clips, PG-13 and move to the Knicks. I just don't see that happening, man. I don't see it happening. It's tough for me to create trades based on what I want to happen. When I want to do that, I just turn on 2K. And so, when the season ended, I was very upset with Julius. I traded him and 4 first-round picks to New Orleans for Zion Williamson. I, did trade override because I just felt like they needed to account for the fact that Zion will be playing basketball for real. So, that's what I wanted to happen. So I took that to my own reality. I don't really see that happening in real life, though. So the Randall for PG thing, as fun as it sounds, it just doesn't feel very realistic. Now, if it happens, hey, y'all are visionaries, and we can talk about it and be really excited, but I don't have energy for it, for real. I don't think it's happening. Boom. Vito, my guy, just run it back. No team goes from a new playoff team to a championship team in the season unless you have LeBron or something. That's a fact, bro. Like, just allow the continuity, allow guys to grow. Honestly, bro, I truly believe, I know this is going to haunt me for a long time. I'm going to have to let it go. But I truly believe this team right here, as much as people were saying we were a playing team going into the year, we were lottery, blah, 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 this team could have gone in the finals. I think this team was very close to going to the finals. I was calling for the Boston Celtics all year. I said they were food. I knew they were food. The way they came out to start the Miami series, we would have smacked them, honestly. We would have smacked the Celtics. And so, I think that against the Heat, we just didn't play well. And Jalen still almost carried us to a Game 7 in the Garden. And we get that Game 7 in the Garden, you never know what can happen from there. So I think this team, as constructed as it was, even with some of the poor performances, we shot like shit pretty much the whole playoffs. And, we still could have had an opportunity to be going to the finals. And so it's like just allow that team to get better, to build on each other. Philly's going down. Nobody's really rising, really. Like Miami might get Dame Lillard or something like that. Either way, they were already in the finals last year. You got Milwaukee, you got Boston. Boston traded Marcus Smart. That's a lot of their identity. I feel like KP will help them, but like I don't think that the East is doing this kind of thing where we need to go out and make some reactionary move to get ahead of everybody else. You know what that would have had you doing last year? Trading 3 first-round picks with DeJounte Murray to be an 8 seed. So, no. Mora! IQ take sounds biased, but I'm rolling. I knew you would say that. You know what? Mora, your IQ take sound biased. I'm not going to lie. Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a buck. You've been kind of anti-Q for a little minute, and you started to tolerate him as the season went on, as he had a big impact. You came around, you were nicer to him. That playoff performance wasn't good, and so I put him back on your bad side, which is understandable. I'm not even mad at you for that. So just the playoff series left the bad taste in your mouth, and then now you see him that it might be $100 million, and so you immediately are just, it skewed your vision, it skewed your perspective. You're the biased one here. But it's okay. It's okay. You got to understand our biases. New year. The vibes. Yes, sir. Next tape said, feels good to be back, brother. Feels great to be back, man. It's a pleasure. I really miss y'all. We do this for 15, 20 hours a week between this show and Knicks on One. So I really do miss y'all. I hope you're having a great summer, bro. I don't know if you're taking summer classes or not, but either way, I hope you're having a great summer. A great time. I hope the weather's treating you well. I hope you're in great spirits. And that goes to all of y'all. I hope everybody's having a wonderful summer. I hope everybody's in good spirits. I understand that, just based on the law of averages and how life goes and perspective and all of that, everybody probably isn't in the best of spirits. And so I hope that everyone is in better spirits moving forward. And just remember, one, no matter how strong the winds, there's never been a storm that didn't pass. Your low moments will not stay down there forever and only up. No matter how low you get, there's always room to go up. And the lower you get, the higher you can go. So, don't ever be knocked off by a moment. Also, like I said the other day, decide. Life is perspective, honestly. I don't know how I got to this in the next thing, but life is perspective. So it's just you have to see your glass for what fills it rather than what is missing. And so if you feel empty, it's going to be tough to pour. And so, you can have half a glass of water and you can look at it however you want. And so life is all about perspective. Honestly, I think a lot of life is it's less what happens to you, more how you handle it. All those cliche things thrown into one. But yeah, love y'all. I hope you guys are having a great summer. I hope it gets better. Whether it's good or not, I hope it gets better. So yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Next tape said the East is falling apart. Our time is now, bro. When I watched the Eastern Conference Finals and I saw Miami, who I knew we could have beaten, and I saw Boston and the way that they just came out there and folded, and then the way Miami let them get 3 straight and they got to Game 7, I was just like, bro, the East is fluid, bro. It's wide open. So let's just do what we do. There's no guarantee. A lot of these other moves people want, there's no guarantee that's going to propel us forward. Let's say you go trade for Zach LaVine, right? What happens if you trade for Zach LaVine and then one, you either get bounced in the first round or you get to the second round and you get bounced? Then what? Did you become a better team? Did you make that move that had real contention? There's no guarantee for any of that. So just keep what you got, figure out what you got, continue to raise everyone's value. Think about what Quentin Grimes and Emmanuel Quickly were worth last summer. A lot less. Emmanuel Quickly raised his value a whole lot. Quentin Grimes raised his value and can raise it even more. Quentin Grimes probably still hasn't played 100 NBA games. I'm so excited. When you think about it, my most exciting thing about next season, I know that Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson. He's an absolute superstar. He's only going to get better. Last year was his first year shooting actual threes for real, being the pull-up jump shooter and everything like that. And he shot 40% from three. He expanded his range. He's only going to get better as a shooter. He's only going to get better shooting off the ball. He's only going to start to understand being the number one more and more. That was the first year of Jalen Brunson's prime. I am so hyped. We have a superstar point guard. I will run through a wall for Jalen Brunson. From there, Julius Randle, frustrates me. But hey, all NBA production, all NBA player. He's bounced back well from adversity in the past. I expect him to come back playing good basketball. Hopefully, he's fully healthy. And able to go, ready to go. But when you think about Quick, Grimes, and RJ, right? I feel like RJ is going to take a step, and especially with the confidence from that playoff run, I think that RJ is going to take a really nice step coming in the next season. I also think he's playing for Canada this summer, so that should help too. But I think RJ takes a really nice step, and he also will have a better understanding of what his role is. And that's another part of the reason I want to just run it back. Let guys fully understand where they're at and what their role is, and like continue to grow into that. So I think RJ takes a big step, and is a big help for us, gets better, and that improves the team. And then between Quick and Grimes, bro, I believe in both of them wholeheartedly. But you only really need one to pop, and they both have improved it, and they're both really good at what they do, and they both play their role really well. And so if you get both of them, if you get all three of those guys to improve, that's wonderful. If you just get improvement from RJ and you get either Quick or Grimes to step up and be able, like, there's just so much possibility and so much room for improvement with this team. And I think that's one of our strengths, just like our flexibility, our youth, and our ceiling. And so I want to see us be able to approach that ceiling. Boom, boom, boom. Neil said, "How are you wearing a sweater? It ain't 120 degrees down there in the swamps." I'm not gonna lie. I'm hot. I'm hot in here. But I commonly wear a hoodie in my room. Like, I'm inside. I'm inside. But when I turn the light on, it does get hotter. Neil said, IQ takes from someone who calls themselves a Randall apologist are invalid. Hey, whoa, Neil is sending shots. I don't want any smoke. But it was wild for a Randall apologist to be up there talking about get rid of Quick, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo. Boom. Eric Kang said, sick as in coughing. I'm better now, but I have a weak immune system. Damn, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better. I hope you continue to get better. You said you're better now, but I hope you continue to get better. And, I hope you don't get sick after that, man. I'm sorry. Morris said, who are you willing to give up for PG? Who am I willing to give up for PG? So, I don't really want to make the Paul George trade, but who would I accept the trade? Like, who would I be okay with the trade? Who would I say, okay, this made sense? Obi, I feel like he's the one probably being dangled in most things. So Obi, a couple picks, like 2 first-round picks. And I'd hope that would get it done, to be honest, but it probably doesn't. You probably do have to throw in Grimes. I wouldn't really want to throw in Grimes, but I would understand doing that if you trying to operate in this window and compete as quickly as possible and blah, blah, blah. You don't want to wait on Grimes to continue to develop, and you just want to get what you can from Paul George right now. That's cool. I have a lot of part of my problem, honestly, or part of the problem people may have with me, I have a lot of belief in our guys. So I think that RJ is going to be excellent. I think the man quickly is going to be excellent. And I think the Quentin Grimes is going to be excellent. I think they all have really great potential. And especially in the case of Quentin and IQ on both sides of the ball. Like, Quentin Grimes playing excellent. I think it's very undervalued and underappreciated what he did for us defensively last season. And so if he's able to, continue to get better in that way, get stronger, and be more of a consistent shooter, I'm very excited for what we can get from Quentin Grimes for sure. So I don't really want to trade them, but that's who I'd be willing to trade, I guess. I'm not putting RJ in those conversations at all. I'm really not putting Quick in those conversations at all. Boom. Neil said, we are running it back most likely. I'm okay with it. Dante can be signed for cheap. Otherwise, I'm good with just signing IQ and Hart. Brock Aller not going to do us dirty. Yeah, man, I trust the front office, bro, and that's a great feeling. I trust the front office. When things make sense, I feel like that's what they're going to do, and that's very nice to know. Why are the Clippers moving PG, though? Just sounds like some national media BS to get summer smoke going. I don't know, man. The Clippers really might have to blow that shit up. Like, they might not. How many times can you do that? How many times can you do that? And they're gonna have to pay taxes and things like that. They might be looking to move them. I'm not saying they definitely are, but they might. It would make some sense. Josh, coming here. Of course. Only Josh came in here saying trade RJ. Josh be trolling, but shout out to you, Josh. Appreciate you. Neil said, I don't buy any of it. Is the PG is the new Levine to New York BS the media running with? I'm with that. I don't really, I'm not too pressed one way or another. I'm not too pressed. Boom. Next tape said, Josh, relax. You know, Josh. Neil said, first it was Russ, Bobby Marks still dying on that hill, then Levine, now PG. They're definitely gonna attach somebody's name to us at all times. But we're used to that. That's been a thing. Josh said no, as far as relaxing. Neil said this is not ESPN. Take your miserable ass elsewhere. Josh said trade RJ for Westbrook. That's disgusting, brother. Please. Even trolling, you shouldn't be able to do that. That's gross. Boom, 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 boom. Mora said, Josh, watch yourself. I'll get that IP so fast. Hey, listen. Like Nick said, he said you probably have it already. Don't play with Mora. I do not agree with playing with Mora. Neil said, offseason Sean still getting shot clock violations for reading comments. We got to work on those. I apologize, brother. I'll be back. I'll be better. I'll be better. Let me see. Where are we? Neil said, wide open is a spot in our hearts now that Zendaya has betrayed us. Hey, man. She's a lovely young lady, but that's not my queen. She's fair. She's fair game. She has definitely betrayed us. I only like women that like me. Neil said her actions have been blasphemous, egregious. We have been led astray, run amok, hoodwinked, bamboozled. Nick said as annoying as his playoff performances are, regular season performance is super important to get that seeding. Yeah, exactly. His all-season performances, his playoff performances have been very underwhelming and upsetting as far as, we're talking about Julius Randle. But, it is the regular season matters. And he's an all-NBA level player. And, I'm going to hopefully attribute some of the injury to what happened, even though it was effort, whatever. But, I'm just hoping that he's better. That's all we can ask for. Nick's tape said, need that new Impossible merch, brother. Yo, so do I. I'm not going to lie. I'm not doing anything well enough, and I apologize. But real soon, like real soon. I got you, brother. I'm sorry. Boom, 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 boom. Unless I just missed the hoodies being back on the site. No, you didn't. That's on me, brother. Brent said, yo, Sean, just got off work. What trades you cooking up? Oh, you know me better than that, Brent. I'm not in here cooking up no trades. I'm not gonna lie. I'm good. I'm very much good. I'm ready. I'm looking forward to rolling into the season. I'm seeing what kind of tweaks we make. But my off-season priorities are just the growth and development we'll see from key guys. That's it. Josh laughed. Jay Nikki said, RIP amateur NBA analyst. Did you just kill me? What was that? I don't understand. What did that mean? I'm so confused. A tragedy unfolded today. I don't like that. I'm uncomfortable. But yeah, in recapitulation, the Knicks are in a good position, bro. Like, we have a lot of young players, a lot of young talent. We have a lot of flexibility due to the way that the contracts are structured. And guys are going to continue to improve and get better individually and as a unit. Like that, the continuity is very valuable. I know that as Knicks fans, we haven't really experienced that. Like, for the majority of like the time recently, at one point, Lance Thomas was the longest tenured Knick. Then Frank Ntilikina was the longest tenured Knick. We barely have guys be here 2-3 years in a row because we wouldn't have anything good happening here. So I know that we're not used to that, but like, understand the continuity is important. And so sometimes you got to let things grow. You got to let them be what they can be. It's like everybody's acting like we're coming off some disappointing season, even though it exceeded the wildest expectations they could have ever fathomed. And so it's just like, hey, we are in a good spot. Relax, breathe, and allow them to move forward. People are like, oh, the front office doesn't know what they're doing. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, how could you be saying things like that after the season we just had, bro? Shut the hell up. Neil said, assuming we run it back, what are you looking for playing style-wise when the season starts? I want the pecking order to be like a little tilted. I know it's not going to change. Julius is still going to be number 2, but I'm very much looking forward to it being clearly Jalen Brunson's team. Like, this is his franchise. This is his city. This is his organization. Like, it's Jalen Brunson's show. So that's cool. I need RJ to be more prioritized, though. Like, I need RJ to have more of a role. I need RJ to get more opportunities to build on what we saw from him, and not to have to be kind of a corner boy to fit in between everybody else. That's tough to do. And then what else? I'm also looking forward to just seeing, like, between Grimes and Quick, they're in a unique situation where it's like, they're teammates, everybody's on the same, but like they are directly competing with each other. Like they're like, for the role, minutes, whatever it may be. And so that's like the good kind of competition where it's like, who's going to come back ready for that? Who's going to come back ready to take that role, to step up into that role, and to, be on the floor at that point. Honestly, like we saw last season, like it gets kind of scarce in terms of like who's closing. And so I also hope that we see more creative lineups rather than just having, Josh Hart, Quick, RJ, and Grimes splitting two slots 4 ways. Like I want to be able to put Josh or RJ at the 4 sometimes and allow more lineup flexibility. I don't know if we're going to get that, but one thing about Tibbs is like I was knocking him before and killing him for never adjusting and being incapable of adjusting seemingly. But like we saw some adjustments last season, and so seeing some adjustments has me confident in the capacity to adjust moving forward. And so I'm hoping that we see some more tweaking, more adjustments, and that we continue to get better as a team because of it. Vaughn Allen said, in the case of Mitchell Robinson, any chance he works on his post game, he is long overdue. Us taking a step forward hinges upon his offensive production. Vaughn, I vehemently disagree. I do not need Mitchell Robinson to work on his post game. How many centers in the NBA play with their back to the basket? Like, I don't need that. I need Mitchell Robinson to do what Mitchell Robinson does. I'd like for him to have like a little more touch around the basket, maybe be a better free throw shooter. But I don't like with Jalen Brunson. You got RJ Barrett's not even really getting enough touches. You got Julius Randle. You got Emmanuel quickly in his ability to create. You got Josh Hart. I don't need our offensive possessions. Everybody else stopping so we could dump it on the block to Mitch. And like that, no, that's not necessary. We don't need that. Our success does not hinge on his offensive production. But I do want him to be, empowered more, to be able to, when he's making that dribble handoff, if he can fake it and take that dribble that he did a couple of times against the defense, do that. We've seen the jumpers be shot in the offseason. I don't foresee that being a thing going forward either. It never happens, so I don't see that coming. But just be a better free throw shooter. Don't bring the ball down when you're around the basket. Simple thing, just be better at being a big man. But you don't have to be a post big man. Like that's fine. There's only like 3 or 4 of those. Jay Nicky said, "Nah, he's wow, I could have been doing that the whole time. It's crazy. That page, yeah. I know what you're talking about. The like burner looking page that was saying things. Damn, they got him out of here. Now he's a legend. The NBA sniped his ass. He was leaking NBA moves before they happened. That's crazy. They got his account out of here. That's wild." Nick Safe said, "Nah, I wouldn't be mad if he's gone, but it's important to cover all bases in a return." Is that about Julius? I'm assuming that's about Julius. Boom. Neil said, "I think we're good at center. Issues with Mitch in the Miami series are overblown when his 4 isn't doing shit to help." That's a fact. And also, they really schemed for Mitch. So they were trying to keep him out of the paint, things like that. But he really dominated the Cavs series, bro. People forget that. Absolutely dominated. Coming into the Cavs series, I said Mitchell Robinson is going to be the X factor of the series. If he wins that matchup with Jarrett Allen, we are in business. And he won the matchup with Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley pretty much combined. He dominated them, bro. And I will not allow that to be forgotten. Brent said, "Next season, I can see the win total for the East looking funny. Orlando better. Chicago mid and Charlotte are tired of being asked." Listen, man, I'm not worried about bottom feeders. I don't give a shit what Chicago and Charlotte are doing. Orlando is better, but they're not as good as us. I'm not worried about like these teams that aren't really like, yeah, let them figure it out for the play-in, bro. Like we about to be a top 3 seed. Neil said, and he faced a good center in Idris Adebayo. Yeah, shout out to Bam, man. He's a top 3 center in the league. Number 3, but he's top 3. Boom. Bam was different, played possessed. I was talking trash about him after game 2, and I feel like he heard me, and ever since then he was cooking. Boom. He's a good center. He's not Hakeem. We still could have won that series. All injuries withholding. If anyone but JB does something. Game 6 hurt, man. Game 6 was painful. Like a couple of those games were painful, but game 6 was really, really painful. Brent said, "I need that Mitch free throw percentage up. Please, brother. Please. Neil said, "Could say that about everyone, though. We have been a poor free throw shooting team all 3 years with Tibbs." Yeah, I need us to be better from the line for sure. I need RJ to come back and be an 80% free throw shooter. I need Jalen to be a 90% free throw shooter next year. And I need Mitch to shoot at least 60. Neil said, "James Dolan got a higher lethal shooter at this point for just free throws. That's hilarious." Brent said, "How come we don't factor in this being Mitch's first playoffs?" That's a fact. It was his first playoffs, and he dominated the first series, bro. Like, for real. He dominated the first series completely. And so, the second series didn't go as well. It is what it is. Top 3 center in the league. Excellent coach, Eric Spoelstra, was scheming against him because of the impact he made in this previous series. And so, you live and you learn, and hopefully he's better from that going forward. But he's also the best offensive rebounder in the league, excellent shot blocker, anchor to the defense. Like, shout out Mitchell Robinson, man. Like, a lot of people underrate and underappreciate him. Neil said, good question, because people like blaming players without nuance. People love blaming players without nuance, bro. It's ridiculous. But I mean, hey, man, I think that's it, right? I feel like Jay said, do you think RJ's jumper is fixable? I mean, what? Yeah, I feel like that. What does that question even really mean? I don't think it's like broken beyond repair to the point where you even have to ask if it's fixable. I think that he's had some, like, we've seen RJ shoot very well for very long stretches. So I mean, I'm not. It's not like, oh my goodness, he's never going to be able to shoot. They said that after his first year, he shot 40% year 2. So I think he'll be fine. I think RJ shoots 36% plus from the 3-point line next year. It just RJ just has to avoid the really, really bad slumps. And so hopefully, he's able to do that. Last summer, I know he wasn't working out the same because of the contract and everything. So, this summer he's got the contract already. He's locked in. He's coming off of a confident year, confident like playoff run where he kind of established himself in the league. And so now you just got to build on that. You got to let people know it wasn't a fluke. You got to let people know you're here. That's who you are. And I'm confident that RJ will do that. So I'm really looking forward to year 5 RJ. I think it's going to be a movie. Brent says Slim Duncan was a ghost and analysts forgot. I saw no version of Timmy in that man. Slim Duncan was a ghost and analysts forgot. I saw no version of Timmy in that man. I want to know what you're talking about, but I don't think I do. I'm sorry. Was that about Mitch? No, I don't think so. Was that about Jared Allen or Evan Mobley? Either way, I'm not sure. But yeah. Neil said he has to be willing to take shots out the dribble, create and shoot, create his own shots and shoot them. Efficient get shot by Harlan. Handling. Yeah, man, I think RJ, I want to see him operate more in the mid-range next year. He said he was going to emphasize that coming in the last season. That didn't happen as much, but I want him to get those opportunities, creating out the dribble, like Neil just said. He gets to the basket really well. Teams know that, and so they're going to load up on him. And I want him to be able to counter that and operate in the mid range and get those easy opportunities. Evan Mobley, yeah, Evan Mobley wasn't doing shit. Mitch had them. Come on, son. Mitch dominated that series. So stop playing on my guy, please. All right, y'all. That's about it. We didn't have a whole lot to talk about. Hey, Nick Tate Jake in the building. Damn. He said, Jonathan talking Knicks. Yeah, man, it's something to, it's free agency's about to start. It's something to talk about. I just don't talk Knicks when there's nothing to talk about. But we had a couple of things to talk about, so we chopped it up. If you have anything to add real quick before we get out of here, let me know. Feel free. If not, you feel me? There's about, what do we have? Like probably about 50 minutes of this. 45 to 50 minutes. It was pretty solid. I'd like to think it was a solid special. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, whether you watched it on YouTube, whether you watched it on Twitter. But I appreciate you guys, truly. Brent said Mitch was the best big in that series without post moves. That's an absolute fact. Neil said, have a good one. One of the Madden Twitch streams. Salute, Neil. I guess I should get back on. Do you want me to get on Madden? Yeah, I don't be knowing what to play. I downloaded Apex so I can run with more. So maybe I'll stream that. But yeah, I'll get on Madden 2K. I'm playing my 2K My League with Zion. I don't play the game as much, but yeah, I do need to get back on Twitch. So we'll make that happen. Nick Tate J said PG for Harden and Julius would be interesting. It would, Jake, but I don't see us making that trade with Julius. I just don't. And I'm not really entertaining it much in my head. Now if it happens, I'd be thrilled, and but I don't see that being the move. So as much as you want it to happen, as much as a lot of us would want that, I don't think that that's going to be what happens. So I'm not really putting it in my head too much, because I feel like what happens, a lot of people have what they want to happen. They talk about it so much, and then it doesn't happen. And they're like, yo, they're doing this all wrong. And just like, no, but you wanted that. Nobody said anything. You told yourself that. So I'm not really. But yeah, that would be interesting. That'd be great. I would love that. I would love that for sure. But PG is a great player. And as long as it doesn't cost too much, or guys that I don't want to give up, I'm with it. Neil said, last time you played Madden, you predicted the Super Bowl loser. Hey man, you know how I be rocking, man. You feel me? Sean Shadamas, the vibes. Eric Kang said, are you getting 2K24? I think I'm done playing the game. I'm definitely getting 2K24. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely getting 2K24. I get 2K every year. People say that things about it, it's not good, it's not getting better, whatever. I will be playing. I'll be getting Madden 24, I'll be getting 2K24, and I'll be playing them. I only get a couple games. Neil said, if there's one guarantee in life, Sean will be purchasing the new 2K. That's a fact. Sean will be getting into 2K every single year. Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to do if I didn't get into 2K. It'd be crazy. The best time in 2K is right after it comes out. You're, like, grinding your my play and it really matters to you and you're trying to get better and playing the rec and all that stuff. But yeah, love y'all. Absolute, like, truly, really glad to be back. We'll probably have a TKW weekly segment soon, so stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll hop on Spaces soon. You get Knicks on 1, Knicks at 6, whatever you want to call it, just so everybody can get their opinions off. And we can have the conversations. I'm with that, so let's do that soon. Let's have the conversations that are worth having while there's a time to have them, and then let's shut the hell up until it's time to talk again. That's how I would like things to go. Boom, boom. He will be skateboarding in game in the new 2K. You know the vibes. We out here. 2K GTA 24. That's hilarious. Eric Kang said, I'm more hyped for Spider-Man 2 and Mortal Kombat from now to the year ends. MK1, I believe that's Mortal Kombat, right? Am I that out of touch? I think that's Mortal Kombat. But yeah, I don't have those games. I don't. Oh, battery died. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Have a great night. Adios.